Tell me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it?
Hello. Let me switch over. Hello. Hello everyone. And let me actually switch into VR. Welcome to me in VR chat. Sort of. But we're still in my place. Clever. Super clever. So, how are you all? Yeah, first of all we're going to, before we do actually finish off the stuff that we're going to do, there's something I want to show off that you might be able to see, just over here. Let me show you the latest addition to Business Room. And you stand up. So yeah, there's a bit of a story behind this one. There we go. So I did originally, on this desk here, want a Navi computer from Serious Parents Lane. But I couldn't have one, because there's only one model that existed, and they kept it to themselves. They didn't want to share it. It wasn't very nice. But the other lane poster friend of mine, Mr. Frodo, he did it. Look, he made this. Isn't he? So yeah. Thank you, Mr. Frodo. This amazing thing, which I really, really wanted. And now I have it. And then a little lane on the monitor there. And yeah. We can look to the back. We can see some amount of scuff. See, I haven't got the connectors to actually connect yet. But there are connectors on there. I just need to, yeah, do something. This is like a very early version that is made of it. So, hopefully it will be improved in the future. So, yeah. Shall we? Oh. Hello, Kuzo. Thank you again for subscribing. How many of it now? 6 whole months, oh my god. Thank you so much. I just realised I'm on the wrong side of this thing. There we go. Thank you so much for 6 months of support. You're amazing. Thank you. Look at the new computer that Mr. Frodo made for me. Isn't it awesome? Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. So, I'm gonna sit down, have this new computer. There we go. And we're gonna watch some video. If I go back over here and somehow get myself out of the way, I'm gonna have to put this camera all the way back over here. All the way back. Go back more. So, yeah. That's about right. That'll do. So, without much ado, let's go.
Juliet barely have enough time to recover from the flashbang before the charges detonate, depressurizing the room and sucking their bodies out into the black vacuum of space. Another job
I feel like
well done.
context
Many explosive
needed here.
decompressions later, erotic role.
So, let's wind it back a bit, shall we? Like the beginning. So I actually know what's going on. And go.
Today, I'll be covering a very niche, very infamous, and very autistic game that everyone's asked me to cover since day one. A game where you and many other real, living people with questionable social intelligence roleplay together on the worst space station in the universe, where aliens, shapeshifters, and traitors working for rival corporations are the least of your concern, where the greatest threat to your own existence are your own crew members. Hungry? Come to the station canteen, where the food is definitely poisonous poisoned, injured, head on down to medical, where half a medication
Okay,
has
I
been
remember
relabeled
now.
as happy pills. Discouraged? You can try taking a painkiller instead. But it wasn't a painkiller, it was LSD. Having a bad trip? Don't worry, there's a security officer nearby to help, but he can't respond because he was murdered and replaced by a genetically modified monkey wearing his uniform. Hallucinating? Keep calm and focus on what's real. Unfortunately
Only
for you,
spider.
the supermassive
That'd be
black
cool.
hole expanding towards you is not a hallucination. It is, in fact, very real.
The emergency shuttle has been called.
Welcome to Space Station 13.
It is like
Space
Mass
Station
2.
13 has a very simple premise. Everyone has a job. Your objective? Do your best to delay the station's
Everyone is
inevitable
sus.
destruction,
And
either
there's a
at the
black
hands
hole
of
outside.
antagonists or at the hands of your own incompetent crew. Normally,
This is
I give the
basically
final score
extreme
for a
mode.
game at the end of a video. Not this time. Space Station 13, 10 out of 10, amazing, spectacular. Don't play it. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, Space Station 13 is a fantastic game, but I genuinely don't recommend you play it. Why? Because the engine it's running on is probably older than you, because the interface is a convoluted mess, and only usable because me and every other autistic chimpanzee who plays this game has committed the hotkeys to muscle memory because of the insane time investment and commitment required for you to learn a
But who
single
doesn't have
role.
hotkeys
And
on
because,
memory?
to be perfectly honest,
That's
the
how it
servers
works.
can't handle all of you. At best, we could handle
Like a specialist keyboard,
30 extra players
just full of
before you
hotkeys.
grind the servers to a halt. For all these reasons, Space Station 13 always was and always will be a niche title. And maybe that's for the best. But I can offer you something else. I've already killed your hopes and dreams of playing the game, so instead, let me share some stories of my wonderful
Also,
experience with Space Station
How is my
13.
microphone
These
this
stories
night?
span several years and several
Is it
different
any
servers, the names
better?
of which will forever stay anonymous because I
There's a bit of a
respect their
story
privacy, and
to go along
because
with
I've
this,
received
so-
threats from some of the more
Yeah.
colorful servers to not mention them by name, or else
None of this
what's
is
going to
over.
happen if I don't comply? Are they going to hire
tell
a
you the hell I
Bitcoin
went through
assassin to run me
to get
over with
online
his
tonight.
mobility scooter? Is he going to stab me with his insulin pen? I don't know, but between you and me, I hate having cum delivered to my mailbox and would prefer
Wait, what?
to keep it that way. Anyway, I remember the first time playing Space Station very vividly. My
Okay.
friends told me to
I
download it
completely
and
missed that
hop on
last time.
some shitty server. It had furries and erotic roleplay. More on that
I think
later.
Mocha
I
should get a
entered the
PO
round as an
box.
assistant. My job to give
And we can
assistance
deliver all
and to
cum
get
to
my
her.
hands burnt off trying to
That'd be
hack
great.
into places
I'm
I
sure she'd
don't
like
have
it.
access to. As I'm screwing around with airlock wires, my friend comes running down the hallway, dragging someone's unconscious body. Frantically, he tells me, "Seth, quick, can you open this door?" Sensing the urgency in his voice, I do. He throws the body inside and sprints away. The airlock closes. 3 seconds later, something explodes. What the fuck was that? I ask. Oh yeah, I fed him potassium and water pills. It takes a while to metabolize. My friend had just murdered a man in cold blood by turning his body into a living,
Why
ticking
are potassium
potassium bomb. As soon
pills,
as the man's digestive juices cracked through the potassium
explosive
tablet,
again?
it reacted violently with the water in his stomach and exploded, killing him from
Potatoes are made of
inside out.
potassium.
After such a horrific
They
display
don't
of
blow up when you
homicide,
boil
I
them.
realized, hey, this game's pretty good. Fast forward a few weeks and I'm learning roles, calling shots, and ignoring every single rule of a server. I also ignored every single rule of medicine. I was a surgeon, top of my class, destined to go where no
That's how the
licensed
best surgeons do it.
professional ever has. Also, my friend's girlfriend started playing with us. To put it bluntly, she wasn't very good, but she was very interested in progressing the medical field in any way possible. Cargo had just delivered us some complimentary pizza, as thanks for patching up their boys after they got a little too intimate with the xenomorphs on mining station. Brilliance flashed before my eyes. My pupils widened.
a friend
I
of
started
D.
physically sweating because she said the words
But I
I've
have
always dreamt
no
of
knowledge
hearing.
about.
Please turn me into a pizza. And so I got to work. Nurse, get me my scalpel, tweezers, protractor, bone gel, and the rest of the unfinished pizza. One horrified clown watched in the operating theater as I cleanly hacked off and cauterized her hands and feet. I opened the pizza box and began attaching her new cheesy limbs. Help! Sec to surgery, the clown blurted out. He's turning her into a Papa John's. The head of medical stormed in with a host of security officers to detain me, but they were too late. Her hands and feet had already been replaced. Surprisingly, she could walk just fine on a pair of pizza feet, but her lack of opposable pizza thumbs meant that she couldn't really hold anything, let alone pick them up in the first place. However, her pizza hands did make for a convenient and portable source of nutrition. Despite her numerous protests that she consented to the surgery, the head of medical demoted me on the spot and banned me from ever practicing medicine, claiming that you can't consent to being a pizza. I was thrown in jail for the rest of the round. Clearly, there was no appreciation for the arts on this station, so many rounds later, me and my friends found a new purpose, cleaning up the server one erotic furry roleplay at a time. Using telecommunications and meta-communications, I expertly pinpointed areas of high homosexual intent, namely the dorm rooms and the showers. As two Khajiit-looking cat men meet privately with one another, they will inevitably start writing words such as, ooh, Mayak has a particularly surprise for you, my friend. And, yes, not me with your thick Tajiran trunk. This is completely unacceptable. Once an act of high homosexual intent is in motion, several of our men would mobilize. As they groan, moan, and spit out hairballs on each other, a security officer would barge in, flashbang the feline fornicators, and tag team baton them into submission before another officer handcuffs them to the bed. On the other side of a contaminated dorm room, our team's atmospheric technician sets explosive C4 charges against the station glass. Quickly, we evacuate the biohazard exclusion zone and seal the airlocks. Romeo and Juliet barely have enough time to recover from the flashbang before the charges detonate, depressurizing the room and sucking their bodies out into the black vacuum of space. Another job well done. Many explosive decompressions later, erotic roleplay was considered a real occupational hazard. The Tajiran cat boys got creative, started doing group sessions instead, but these were quickly crushed by my friend playing the best roboticist I've ever seen in my life. The airlock doors to their soldering chamber were welded shut to prevent interruptions, so he drilled right through them with a gigantic combat mech. The air inside was heavy with a sickly sweet smell of wet fur balls and toxoplasmosis. The furries didn't even have time to react before he started unloading shell after shell of flashbang grenades, and thus we all got banned. We paid the price. But to see half the server get flashbanged unconscious for 10 minutes straight, priceless. The server didn't last long anyway. The admin's mom shut it down as soon as she saw the electricity bill, so me and my friends went on to enrich other servers. I even got good at being a chemist. In other words, I always stole the syringe gun at the start of a round and filled it with lethal doses of chloral hydrate, for my own protection, of course. I also gave whatever chemical anyone requested, which gives me some moral ambiguity and 2 degrees of separation from any pranks or murders that took place as a result of said chemicals. If a clown asks for space lube, he's gonna get space lube. One time, a clown managed to lube the entire hallway outside of medical, all the way to departures. Now, departures is usually the place where the escape shuttle docks to get us out of our quickly burning heap of a station. However, if there's no call for a shuttle, departures is completely empty, besides the airlock, which the clown had hacked open. Several people came running through medical, slipped on the space lube, and accelerated themselves face first into the infinite vacuum of space. Security figured out it was the clown, and in true security fashion, also slipped on the space lube. With most of the crew floating around dead in space, the station had to be evacuated. He was later banned from playing clown ever again. Several rounds later, I finally spawned as a traitor.
Mission specifications decrypted. Welcome to the Syndicate.
And I had no idea what I was doing, but I wanted my first time to be special. Conveniently, an assistant comes in, bleeding all over, because he was probably trying to break into the armory without insulated gloves. His character sprite had maximum melanin and an afro. His roleplay-friendly name was Madick, an idiot, but a useful idiot. There were no medical staff on hand except me, so I said, "Hey, I know a little bit of surgery. Let me fix you up." I put him under general general anesthetic and took out my syndicate PDA. With this, I can discreetly teleport a few traitor items into my inventory to help me achieve my objective, which in this case was murdering the head of security. I ordered 2 sets of voice-activated explosives, which trigger upon hearing the recorded code phrase. I set this to the word most likely to be spoken by this mentally retarded human being. Can you guess what that is? I surgically opened his ass and inserted the first of the explosives.
that's
Then I
brilliant.
lodged the second one neatly inside his chest cavity.
Don't
Closing
be
them
racist.
up, I took off the anesthetic and began
Just
to put my
blow 'em
plan
up.
in action. I would arm this simple-minded moron with illegal weaponry with the hopes that security would detain him on possession charges. I gave him all the LSD, all the chloral hydrate syringes, and an entire spray bottle of space lube. I had expertly equipped him to be the ultimate griefing machine. Proud of my work, I gave him a hug and set him loose on the world. But just before he left medical, he turned around and said, "Thanks, nigger." And we both exploded. My other times playing antagonist went about just as well. Once I started as the leader of a cult. Our objective was to seize control of the station and sacrifice our mortal bodies to summon a physical manifestation of our dark god. However, I wasn't very good at it, and neither were my servants. We found a nice, quiet,
Sabian
and most
would
importantly,
summon
abandoned
Satan.
bar near the north end of the station, which we began redecorating with our own blood. You see, cultists need to learn a set of ancient words that's randomly generated every round. If you arrange them in the right order, you can perform different spells and rituals to advance your goals. We didn't get far, because the most dangerous thing to an incompetent cult is a single crew member doing their job. The fucking janitor found us. We tried to negotiate, convince him that it's actually crayon and not blood all over the floor. But
It's
that
just
didn't
graffiti,
work,
man.
so we tried to murder him
Graffiti's,
instead. That didn't work either. He used his mop to slip us with soapy water and ran off to call security. As you can see, I'm not very proficient at being a traitor. More often, I find myself being abused by traitors. Some of the worst offenders in this
Lusty
regard are
xenomorph.
definitely wizards,
No.
since wizards
Just no.
have a bad tendency to sexually abuse me as well. Not too long ago, me and my friends played a round that was already in progress. As soon as we entered, we realized something was very wrong. An announcement played on the radio. Penis Inspection Day is in effect. All crew members must report to Doc Johnson for their mandatory penis inspection.
Doc
Johnson
Johnson
was
Yeah.
very clearly
Yeah.
a wizard. I knew what was coming, and yet
Thank
I
you for that
resigned
reference.
myself to fate and went to medical reception. Doc Johnson was overjoyed to
like
have
boob
new
inspection
patients.
day.
He led me to a
for
private
men.
room, asked me if I'm circumcised, and told me that I passed the inspection with flying colors. What a surprise, I thought. He's not actually gonna grief me. But I was wrong. As I turned away to leave, he blew off my ass magically. Hey, it's wizardry. I ain't gotta explain shit. Anyway, Doc Johnson is a terrible doctor. He left me bleeding on the floor as he took my ass cheeks and used them as a hat. Highly unprofessional, would not recommend. A round of Space Station 13 can be very intense.
Oh
At
my
other
God.
times, it can be
You
very
can actually do
slow-paced
that.
and almost relaxing.
How
If
is
you're
that a thing
not a
you can do?
traitor and you don't have anything urgent to handle, you can always just roleplay and get comfy in a bar, while the piano plays anime songs and the jukebox plays whatever deep-fried ASMR bullshit people keep putting on. It's a very wholesome experience,
That's basically
and it
my
helps
music
you get
library these
emotionally
days.
invested with the other members of your crew,
Anime
which
piano
are
covers.
often nice people. However,
ASMR
security
stuff.
is often staffed by egotistical megalomaniacs acting out their most depraved power fantasies. They are often not nice people. As a result of their inherent propensity to be insane sociopaths,
killed the
the
car.
rest of a crew will
Oh my God.
often rebel against their tyranny. In one such case, Cargo had declared independence. Security refused to recognize the independent station state of Cargonia, so they tried to barge their way in and arrest everyone involved, including me. But security was unprepared for the trap we had in store. One officer rushed into cargo bay and slipped on a banana peel straight into the conveyor belt waiting for him. He tried repeatedly to get back up, only to be tripped again by an ocean of banana peels on the conveyor belt, which looped around in a circle. Surrounding that
Help!
circle was another
The phone!
circle composed entirely
can't
of
get up.
vending machines. The officer was also being brutally assaulted by several hundred cans of soda. The vending machines were hacked, and as a result, they would continuously fire drinks at whoever is in the area. Each officer that slipped into the banana belt got smashed unconscious by a relentless stream of Discount Dan soda. Trademark, all rights reserved. After extensive head trauma by our soda turrets, security reluctantly accepted Cargonia's independence and their right to bear arms. If there's one department that has more revolutions than cargo, it would have to be science, and it's easy to understand why. We spend our lives researching the way for the good of the station, which does of course carry its own share of risks and hazards. Sometimes accidents happen. Sooner or later, some bored and mentally challenged assistant will try and put a bag of holding into another bag of holding, and security can't always comprehend that we're not directly responsible for the resulting black hole eating through the kitchen. This lack of appreciation for the scientific profession usually ends with arrest warrants for the whole department, which is usually answered back with the words, "I'd like to see you try." But when we're not having a nuclear arms race with security, R&D is actually quite a chill department. I also made a great discovery last time I played there. Me and another scientist were messing around with blueprints and eventually made ourselves a pneumatic cannon. Normally, these are used to launch whatever items you have inside. What we didn't know was that it could launch food as well. I loaded a lasagna, aimed for the mouth, and fired it at my fellow researcher. The lasagna disappeared. What the hell? That's amazing, he said. We just realized what happened. I had just managed to remotely force feed my fellow man. But what do we do with this forbidden knowledge? Nothing good, that's for sure. My comrade got to work asking chemistry for hallucinogenic drugs. They said no. So we built our own chemistry dispensers, filled up the beakers with happy juice, and ran straight to the kitchen. We injected all the donuts and hot pockets we could find with as much LSD and mind-breaker toxin as they could hold. Then we loaded them into our food delivery system and started firing off at everyone in the hallways. The food was instantly delivered. The crew was instantly satisfied. Several people, including security officers, managed to see the two small lines of text indicating that they've just been fed something. They thought it was extremely clever and said they didn't know the pneumatic cannon could do that. Since it was just a bit of harmless fun, we got off scot-free. Minutes later, the hallucination started. Crew members started screaming on the radio. Some were puking, shaking, or convulsing on the ground. Medical couldn't keep up with the bodies. They piled on too quick, and most of the doctors were too busy fighting off non-existent entities to do anything about it. The chemist, who originally refused to give us LSD, was arrested by security on suspicion of intentional food poisoning. It was complete pandemonium, and I think it illustrates perfectly the chaos that is Space Station 13. That's all I have for you today, folks. There is, of course, more stories to tell, but we'd literally be here for hours. Space Station 13, a marvelous, unique, and incredibly shitty game. 10 out of 10, don't play it, because if you do, they're gonna blame it on me, and I hate having cum in my mailbox. I'd love to make a As always, game. More content to come, so stay tuned. On other news, I've started a Subscribe Star account, so if you'd like to invest and don't want to give your money to Patreon, now you can. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild, generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. I mean, have a good one.
I get the feeling those servers were gonna get messed up anyway. Seems like the aim of the game here. It's like no one plays SimCity to build a big city. They play it to blow it up.
Backwater facility among the stars.
Oh, by the way. What, by the way?
Day, I was minding my own business. I was minding my own art. And there he was, space asshole, in a truck flying off a bridge. Space asshole, smashing through a bridge. And as he landed, out came his hammer, smashed my boss right in the face. Space asshole, planting charges left and right.
can't believe it was on videos. Okay. What, because they're not allowed on Twitch? Or other reasons?
I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted to get away somewhere remote. Just a place where I could earn myself a day's pay without being smoked.
I don't think it's safe. Can't imagine why.
Every time I think it's safe, every time I think it's calm, I'm wrong. Space I soul, hammers swinging, buildings falling down. Space I soul, laying waste to this entire town. Now all the rest are dead. Space our soul has prevailed. Only I am left alive to tell the tale of space our soul.
It's safe, but you'll be traumatized for life. So it's not safe. Liar. Not safe at all.
Wanting carnage is all he can enjoy.
I like this character song. And the crazy art for it.
In a truck flying off a ridge. Space our soul, smashing through a bridge.
It's an Alisoft game. I know Alisoft. I make good stuff.
Space our soul, space our soul, is the space our soul.
No.
And it looked like bars like this. This one is made to look like a fish, and gaped its mouth so you squeeze its tail like that. Something very bizarre. So anyway,
No, 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 no. Bye-bye. So, yeah, that's all the video's done. Hooray! I can now go back to the VR chat and actually grab the camera. No, I'm here. There we go. So let's do this Vket thing, shall we? My room does look hella neat. In case you missed it. Because I just want to keep going about over and over and over again. Mr. Friday made this! Okay. So cool. It's a Navi computer. Like in Lane. Which I originally wanted. But couldn't get. Because it didn't exist. Oh well. It did exist. I'm just going to download. That's one I could. It was made just for me. Good. And I can. Back. There we go. Yeah. Whee! There we go. It's in the background. So, oh yeah, I should tell the story of why I nearly had to cancel again tonight. So, I was trying out some new software earlier, particularly something called NVIDIA Broadcast, which is like their successor to RTX voice, which, when I used it last year, it was kind of garbage. I thought, I've updated it, it'll be great now. That's how updates work. So I installed it, and it broke every single audio driver on my system. And it wasn't until about... what's the time now? So, yeah, half an hour ago. But I actually managed to reinstall all of them and get some sort of sound coming out of my speakers and into my microphone. I also had to reconfigure all my glitchy effects and couldn't remember what they were actually at setting-wise, so I just kind of guessed. To be honest, I think the end result I got was, better than what it was before. That's good. Turd is a turd no matter how shiny. That is very true. And then Nvidia is always an Nvidia. They make really, really good cards. Really, really bad software. I don't seem to have that same problem with Oculus as well these days. Where they have these amazing headsets and stuff. And the software's just garbage. Really, really bad. Thankfully, you can just sidestep it completely, just install virtual desktop. Like, nope. So yeah. That is the story of, nearly missed disaster. And now, we get to go to a convention. It's going to be real fun. Real fun. So, I'm also going to do something different this time. Because normally I do like a private world, because people suck. Yeah. But this time, I thought I'm going to be clever and reduce the voices of other people down to 0. So you can see other people milling around, like a proper convention. But they'll be dead silent, and you won't hear anything horrible. That's the plan. Anyway, let's go on an adventure. Adventure. Go. Jesus Christ. This might be a while to load up. The main hub world. 644 megabytes, good god. This had better be the most impressive thing I've ever seen in VR chat. Until then, look at all these amazing tips, which are definitely not out of date. Have fun, but consider it. Harassing people will likely result in you being muted or blocked, so don't do that. Don't possibly fasten the video GT Strive. I haven't played Guilty Gear Strive. I played like the older Guilty Gear games on Xbox 360. And they were just so complicated. I just didn't get on with them at all. It looks so cool though. We are 400 megabytes loaded. Man, with VR you need amazing internet and hardware. You do need amazing hardware. And if you want to play on wirelessly with a Quest like I do, you need a really, really good local area network. Apparently basically have this amazing plan where I set up like a mesh network of routers under a different name to the main one. I told everyone to connect to the mesh network instead of the main router. So I have that network all to myself now. Yeah, you need at least a 5 GHz router, otherwise it's just not gonna work. I also have a reservation on the Shadow PC, so that'd be interesting to see how that works. Those things are like connected right into data centers, so you have amazing download speeds. But then it's also like a remote desktop all the time, so it still depends on your internet to get constant data in. And we're initializing world. Cool. World Festive VR. Let's go. Let's go. Go, go, go. Come on. Oh. Well, you're looking. Oh. I think we're in. Ah, here we are.
Attention, please. Initializing warp drive to our final destination.
Well, that's one of them xenomorphs from
You
Millennia.
have arrived at Festive VR Core. Please proceed to the observation deck.
This is nice. Also, beds in here for some reason. We'll never know why. Put you up here. Oh, I got a thing. Oh. Oh. Maybe like there. You can see. Yep, everyone is very muted. Voice is 0%. If there's any voice, it'll be like actual thing. Oh, you're cute. Yeah, I can't hear a word saying. Thankfully, subtitle. Oh, follow. Oh. There's like a fake crowd too.
Disable the electromagnetic shield and enjoy the view.
Huh? Ooh. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is super nice. So, where do we go? Do I just wander into that portal? Let's go now. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go through Party Town. Where's the ship gun that we are on? Oh, is it just a glowing orb? But, Oh wow. Oh, there's actual people. I'm gonna wait back. I gotta wait back. Yeah. Hey, look at this. You're getting a business way better than mine. I'm on the TV. On the TV. On the TV. That's cool. That's so cool. Huh? I'm so impressed. I'm on the TV.
しっとりのリリアです。NTT ドコモの XR ブースようこそ。しっとりのシエルです。NTT ドコモが描く XR の世界。XR ブースへようしてみてね。ドコモの XR ブース、新しい世界が広がってるよ。ぜひ見に来てください。
Okay, okay, okay. Oh. The fuck? Where the hell am I? I'm in the living room of sorts. With yummy cake. Cake? Oh yeah, cake. Oh, I can't grab it. Someone's buffed. Yeah? No, there's some freaking TV over here. Okay, this is legit insanity. I'm super impressed.
Our words shall boom into music.
Huh? We're out.
こんにちは。しっとりのシエルです。NTT ドコモの XR ブースへようこそ。ドコモの XR ブース、新しい世界が広がってるよ。ぜひ
Disney
見に
poster.
来てください。
It's like a Japanese poster for Luke. Luca? Yeah, Luca. And Loki. Luca and Loki. Definitely not confused. So we're gonna go over the bridge. Apparently sponsored by Yamaha. Wait, the motorcycle is currently being used. That means there's a motorbike somewhere that you can get on and ride around everywhere. It is weep heaven in here. If you have a VR headset, you really need to get in here. There's a motorbike. Look at her go. So, yeah, this is the first convention floor, I guess. Wow. Oh my god. I'm not gonna click any of these because I'm pretty sure that they just Wait, don't wave a gun. Hello? I'm gonna wave at you so you don't shoot at me. Please don't shoot at me. Oh, is this Vket? Tokyo. Mori. The gunmaker carry out extreme sensitivity. That's a saying. So guns they make. Oh. AKM, which is like... As far as I know, this is like a modern AK-47 kind of thing. Yeah, we can try it on. Bits with guns. There we go. Super safe gun safety there. That's not really my thing. We actually shoot stuff down here. Let's grab a gun. No, it doesn't shoot. How does that work? Cool. Guys, on motorbike. Should we? Let's go. Go down here, come. Someone? A finger on it? Oh, it's been crashed into the fence. Oh, but we're getting out. We're yeah, I have no idea how this thing works. Ah, I'm going somewhere. Very slowly. Yeah, let's get off of here. Yeah, there's a motorbike. Very realistically rendered motorbike. Not sure in real life. Please be careful. I was very... Yeah, sorry about that. As I said earlier, everything kind of broke. Why is my frame rate gone all of a sudden? So yeah, things still aren't completely... Hello? So... Hello? Let's... One...